Hey, everybody. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. Yes, it's time for Sarcastic Distractions, the interesting podcast for interesting people, featuring, as always, the Gentleman Society of Podcasting. Myself, Harvey, my heterosexual life mate, David,
Yeah, hello.
and the ever-loving AJ.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
guy.
guy.
Hey, guy.
Buddy.
Hey, friend.
Hey, friend. And today we're going to talk about something that, let's be frank about this, is just not talked about often. It's just not. We're going to talk about Canadian films.
I think we could be Jacques about it.
We could be shocked about it.
Nice.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Yeah.
And we're going to discuss some of our favorite Canadian films and what actually makes a Canadian film. Like, you know,
That'll be the fun discussion.
This'll-
'Cause
Yeah.
there's
Moose and geese. And
Yeah.
well, yeah, is
maple
it the
syrup.
things in it?
and I think you have to have a piece of flannel in every Canadian
Yeah,
film.
at
Definitely.
least- at least one.
At least, yeah, for sure.
I never thought of it that way. That's not a bad idea.
a
I wonder how many of
hockey,
these.
hockey reference.
Yeah,
I
at
do have a
least one,
hockey reference, I think, in all of the ones I chose.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Or at least a Canadian sport, if you want to go a little broader.
But yeah, so Dave, this is your thing. Why don't you take it away and lead us? along
Yeah,
with
it
yours?
was really just I had recently, when we first originally discussed it, I realized there was one film that I really do enjoy. I thought, hey, we should talk about what's the Canadian film, because wait a minute, what do we actually make in Canada that's filmed? There are some
Fair
telly
point.
shows, of course, back
There are,
in,
yep.
more back in the day than nowadays, but I do recall a lot of those,
Mm.
and definitely music, no problems there.
Oh, music. Yeah, we're on the scene.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You've heard of Nickelback, right?
Yeah, hey, yeah, okay. Like I was going to try to make a joke, but no, there is no joke.
Here's the reality, though. Nickelback may not be for us. However, they are. I think they're still the highest selling Canadian band of all time.
Oh, I don't care.
So somebody likes them. Somebody likes
Yeah,
them.
one or two.
People
yeah.
in the states.
For
in the
sure.
States.
In the states.
There's their market.
It's true.
Anyways.
But yeah, I just wanted to talk about, hey, and of course I made it that simple. Pick your top 3 Canadian. But of course, even while I was going through it, I realized, shit, what counts as one of the things I hit, what counts as a Canadian film?
Yeah, it's true. That list you shared with us of the Canadian films.
Yeah.
There was a number in there that I was like, "That's Canadian." I
Yeah.
had no idea. So I'm curious to
That's
know.
Canadian?
That's Canadian.
That's Canadian? Oh my.
Bunch of hosers.
Yeah. So to be honest, like from my perspective, yeah, unless it's something that's very obviously not Canadian, yeah, anything that has a Canadian, style. Not just
Still
an
put-
actor or actress in it, but something with a little bit of
It has to be some Canadiana going on in it. It can't just be, oh, well, this person's from Canada. Like,
and I'm trying to
like,
think to my
I wouldn't
So then
consider.
every Ryan Reynolds movie.
I was just
would
gonna
be a
say,
Canadian movie.
like Deadpool would not be a Canadian movie.
Right.
No, exactly. Because great actor,
But
good
it was
guy.
shot in BC.
It was shot.
Yeah,
in
it was
BC.
shot in BC.
So how many of these things?
Yeah.
And then if you're working in Canada, if you're shooting something in Canada, you have to have X amount of Canadian employees.
I thought that was
I don't-
no longer a requirement.
Yeah, I don't think that's required anymore. But I don't
You'd have
know.
to look into the whole IATSE union
Oh,
rules,
yeah.
right? Because there are
Oh,
there are
for
unions for
That's
I don't know if
true.
it's
Actra.
actors.
no actors but crew
No,
members.
Crew members. Okay,
and
sorry, I
whatnot,
misunderstood.
right?
Yeah, that I could see as a possibility because I again, what we grew up with, which I don't think exists very much now because hey, everything changed.
Mm.
Was I do remember you could always find at least one, but usually 2 or 3 Canadian shows on pretty much any network
Yep.
because by law
I
they
think
had to
that's
do it.
still. I know it is in
I think
radio.
so. Yeah,
In radio, you have to have X amount of percentage of Canadian artists.
Is it still a thing?
Yeah.
'Cause
I would
thought-
imagine that's across the board. I think that's in all media for Canada.
Well, now we almost have to have a podcast. What's a recent TV series that is? Oh, I actually know of one.
I know
I
one.
can think of one.
Yeah,
get-
my wife.
One I'm
watches
confused about.
At least
It's
one.
like a detective-y one from always back in the
oh,
day.
Murdoch Mysteries.
Murdoch
Oh,
Mysteries,
yeah.
So
that
there's
one.
that.
Yeah, that's
What's yours?
And with an E.
Oh, there's that. There's the new reboot, right?
Yeah.
Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek is yeah.
Schitt's Creek was a good one. Shit. So yeah,
Yeah.
that one I actually
Corner
watched.
Gas.
Yeah, Corner
Trailer
Gas
Park
I haven't
Boys.
watched
Yeah.
those. Well, Trailer Park. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Because
All
they're still going.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
right.
they're
You
still
know what?
going.
Okay, I take it back. I rescind my statement. But if the Trailer Park Boards want to call me up and take me for a
please.
beer, I'll buy one round. But you guys can get the rest.
Hey.
CTV News.
Yeah, that's a great TV program.
Yeah.
Hey, City TV News, their morning show, which I think I can't remember the exact
Breakfast
name.
television?
Breakfast television.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I grew up with that. Like, I remember watching as a kid when that was still something that
Oh, for
was
sure.
newish.
Yeah,
Out
watch that every day.
in the western areas, we had Canada AM,
Canada
Ooh.
which was
AM.
on CTV because
Nice.
we didn't get City TV.
For
that
me, it
way.
was all the City TV.
Yeah, City TV was my jam too. I was
Yeah.
a big fan. It's probably because of the Toronto thing, and that's where they were filming out of and stuff. So I don't know. I just
Yeah.
liked it. I liked what they did.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about
Yeah, we got a
television.
little off track there. We got a little
Oh,
off
God.
topic. My bad.
Yeah, might have got distracted there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all good. What?
So really, I just wanted to chat about what are your favorite Canadian films? You know,
Okay.
like what is it that, you know, for you, and again, your favorite. For me, it's always the ones I can go back and watch over and over again. I love. I
Yeah.
happily will sit down, you know. Those are, I always consider my favorites.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised at the favorites that I chose because I don't know if they're considered like your classic Canadian films. And nothing wrong with them. Like I love The Strange Brews and the other you know, old stuff. But for me, first one that comes to mind was Fubar.
It is a good one.
Both Fubar 1 and
Never
2.
seen it.
Oh my God, you
It's
need to
fun.
see it.
I know of it.
Yeah, it's
The
a fun
reason
one.
why, like, was when I first saw it, I didn't realize it was like a mockumentary. I thought like they were trying to
Right.
actually, like, you watch this and you're like, there's no way that this is real. Like, you watch these guys, like, there's no way. And the way they do it, like, I don't want to spoil it for you, AJ. If you not see Fubar and you
do
like,
see it. It
do
is a
see
good
it. It's a
movie.
really
It
fun
is a good
film.
movie.
And the way it all plays out, you're like, did that really happen? And you have to
Is this real?
you have to
Fake?
question
Shit.
everything.
Is
And
it
this,
like Trailer Park Boys, only different?
I would say more
The
depraved.
yeah, the style is similar though.
What?
Yeah.
If it is more though.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're like true to life Trailer Park Boys guys. Like they would fit in Sunnyvale, no problem. Like be welcomed with open arms for sure. But just I don't know how to describe it. It's like, yeah, you got to see it. You got
Yeah.
it. Whatever you know as a Canadian redneck has nothing on these guys.
Okay.
Like you just nothing. Like these
True.
guys are freaking amazing.
I've
in
never
what they
seen
do.
the second.
That was why I was saying we were talking earlier.
Yeah.
At sequels, it's also great.
Okay, nice.
It's also fantastic.
I have seen the original, but I've never seen the sequel.
And the way they bring it back, you're like, what? That's really cool. That is. Fubar 1 and 2, I cannot say enough good things about those
Really?
films.
Huh.
I really like them a lot.
I have to admit, I am surprised on that one. Not knocking it.
Well, I think for me, because it was when they came out, too, because it was at a time when the internet wasn't like what it is now.
Mhm.
So you couldn't just go and research and be like, hey, was Fubar real? You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was
okay.
that sustained believability for a while, thinking, oh my God, does it really happen? Until I realized, like, oh, okay.
Nah, yeah, no.
All
It's
right,
just
it's
that-
whatever. But it's still great the fact that they pulled that off. It made me a person
Think that-
who, you know, that is a
Nice.
a
I did see
aficionado.
that later in life, so I knew it wasn't real. It was still good though. Like,
Oh, yeah,
it is
yeah.
still good. By the way, we kind of ruined Fubar a little bit. Sorry about that. but-
Just go watch it.
Yeah, do watch it,
Just
though.
so good. It's so
Just
good.
watch it.
Just watch it.
it.
You need to watch it. Honestly, you of
I'm
all
surprised.
people.
Yeah.
I'm really
Yeah,
surprised.
I don't
No,
know.
no. Catch it sometime. You got a couple hours. Sit there.
I had the same problem with Trailer Park Boys when it first came out too. I
Ah,
was like,
okay.
I don't think I got it.
Mm.
I
It
didn't
did
get it.
take me a bit, but I'm now in the Trailer Park Boys hood.
Oh, they're
Yes,
the best.
I
They're
agree.
the best.
Yeah.
I got on them right away. So I saw
I did
that,
not.
like those are my heroes right there. Those are my heroes. Fun fact: I've met all of them.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That
in various
is
ways.
impressive.
All in odd places, with the exception of Leahy and Randy. I met at an actual show that they did.
Oh, nice.
But outside of them, I met both. I'm not going to know their actors' names right now because I can't remember. his names.
Man.
I met both Ricky and Julian in a Toronto hotel lobby. We were staying
Nice.
there, so we got a chance to chit chat for a minute. And then another time, years later, I was in a hotel. We had a nice party, and the morning after, we're all hungover in the elevator going down. And who walks in was Bubbles.
Yeah, nice.
So we had a little chit chat,
Cool.
chit chatting. Yeah, it was
Be one of those. Am I still drunk, Bubbles?
yeah, we both had that moment. So I was like, "How you doing?" He's like, "I'm fucking hungover." I'm like, "Me too." Have a good day. Have a good day. And we obviously went to eat our food.
That's good though.
It was really cool. Yeah.
You know the head nod. You kick
Yeah,
ass
for
chew
sure.
bubble gum.
Yeah, man. And the people with me were like, go get his number, go get his autograph. I'm like, you
Man.
fucking dude, let the
No,
guy
no.
alone. He wants to eat his
He's
breakfast.
fucking
Yeah.
hungover.
Doesn't give a shit about me. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You give the head nod, the smile. You kick ass.
Yep.
They're happy. You're happy.
Exactly.
Kick
That's really
some-
cool.
yeah.
Nice to have those moments.
Nice,
to
nice.
have those moments.
All
for
right.
sure, for sure.
So my number one is Men with Brooms.
Oh,
I
yes. That
forgot about that.
was
Yeah.
a great film. That was
I
so much
forgot about
fun.
that.
It's just one of those films that don't get me wrong, it's a totally cliche, just family but still Canadian, beavers on the highway.
Yep.
You think a style of actress, and it's in this flick in some manner form. Like it is just
Is not the great Leslie Nielsen in that movie?
Yep.
Yes, he is.
Yep. He's the
He's the
father.
coach. Father. That's
Father.
right. Father.
And
Wonderful,
coach.
wonderful
Yeah.
Canadian actor.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But yeah, no, it was just like it's that movie, I love to watch it because there's just so much right, wrong, amusing. It's just, yeah.
And, sorry, what's the leading man's name? I can't remember the actor's
I
name.
had to write it down
Thank you.
because I knew it was
Because he
gonna
used to
get-
do a really great show too.
Guy
yeah,
in
Paul
Pro-
Gross
Paul
and
Gross.
Due South.
Thank you, Due South.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, Due South. That's a good. I thought it was a good show.
That was
It
a
was
really
a
great
good
show.
Even when I was a kid, my dad used to watch it all the time.
Yeah.
But I thought it was entertaining.
I would say Paul Gross is like your quintessential Canadian leading man. Like he's,
Nathan Fillion.
yeah, you could put him in as brothers. Like honestly,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
really
yeah.
good. Like, yeah, so they both are. You know,
No.
yeah.
No, it just it was I love that. It just always makes me feel good. It's
I love that.
funny.
I'm gonna watch that again. I haven't seen
Oh,
it in so
I'm
long.
telling you,
I
it's just-
freaking love that
Again,
movie.
I don't think I've actually
Oh
Do
my
watch it.
watched the whole
god!
thing.
Yeah,
they
do
they
watch
make
it.
so much fun of curling in that movie. You need to watch it. Like,
But they make fun of it while still giving it just the-
yeah, just giving it its love and it's due. It's just it's so much
Yeah,
good.
I just
Oh.
the nice thing I like about that movie, my perspective on it's always been you can like it for a different reason because there's so much that's kind of
Okay.
happening. There's the sort of love, there's the
Mhm.
life, there's the parent, there's all these different things occurring kind of in it, and you just kind of pick on the thing that really makes you happy. Now, one could also say, wait a minute, there's that many different things going on. Yeah, okay, it's a little busy, but good movie.
For sure.
So yeah, to me, number one, I was it was easy go to, and
Love
I
it.
pretty much watch it at least once a year.
That's true. I haven't seen it in a few years. I gotta see that movie. I really loved it.
The other thing I love about it, was it originally released?
Oh my god, I'm gonna early 2000s.
You actually were better than me because as I just talked about, watch it a lot,
Yeah.
and I was like, I thought it was more like late '90s.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, but no, 2000s.
Okay. Yeah, I figured it probably like because it wasn't quite late 90s. I remember that. I don't know why. For whatever reason, I remember there being like no Canadian films in the 90s.
This is less because it's Canadian, but just for me personally, like, had I not looked it up, I would have been like, oh no, I remember watching this as a teenager.
Oh, yeah.
But like, no,
No.
I watched this when I was in my 20s. So
For sure. Yeah, that's hilarious.
yeah,
I had the same thing with a good cop, a bum cop, bad cop.
I love.
But
that.
like-
that was a good one.
That was
That
good,
is-
but I thought I watched it as a teenager. I didn't. It
Yeah.
was definitely my
No,
20s.
I definitely remember watching that. Yeah,
Yeah.
my
Yeah, for sure.
The
mid to late 20s.
yeah. I loved it. The sequel was good, not as good, but it was good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah,
Yeah, it was a fun, just kind of, hey, shit, and he has really white hair now.
for sure, for sure. AJ, what about you?
Oh, I have so many on my list.
Pick one. You got or a
Strange,
couple.
Strange Brew
Strange Brew.
Strange
would
Brew.
have to
Yep.
be
Yes.
my number one.
That was my number 3.
Yes.
number one favorite Canadian movie.
Yep.
Just because I was into sketch comedy
Yeah, yeah,
when
yeah.
I was a kid.
For sure.
I really liked
Mhm.
all the. I guess your top three.
Yeah.
Would be SNL, SCTV, and Kids in the Hall.
Kids in the Hall, that'd be
Yeah.
3, yeah. 2 of them are Canadian. One was produced by a Canadian. All 3 were produced by the Canadians. But anyways, come on.
So yeah, my dad got me into SCTV,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, those characters, even when I was little, made me giggle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just because they're silly, they're
So
goofy, they're
Yes.
dopey.
Yeah.
It's like almost the original Wayne and Garth.
Yeah, very
Ah,
much
yeah.
so. Yeah, definitely.
I think
Um,
there was a bit of a nod there.
I would imagine so. Mike Myers being Canadian.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I think
yeah,
it was-
for sure.
It was he put his own style on it and stuff. Updated it. I love that we say updated and even that.
Yeah,
shit.
even that.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
All right. Yeah. Oh, jeez. But there's like
Um,
10 years removed between Strange Brew and
Something silly like that.
Yeah, it would've been
83 to 93 or something,
like that, yeah.
92.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I like the movie. I thought it was funny. I like how it
great
sticks with the Canadian vibe of
Mhm.
everything. They didn't
Sure.
Americanize anything.
No,
No.
God, no.
And it's all shot in Toronto.
Yeah.
Everything. So yeah,
Yeah.
I
I love Strange Brew.
I like it because that's what everybody thinks Canadians are like.
Even to this
So,
day.
yeah,
Even
that's
to
what
this
makes me giggle a little bit too.
I know.
But yeah, no, I thought that's my kind of silly,
Yeah.
goofy humor.
No.
Humor
I love it.
with,
No.
with kind of a story.
Oh,
going
Kind
on.
of. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they got to get the beer.
Yeah.
That's the story. That's it. I like it.
Well, it's
Well, no,
an important story.
They got to save their friend.
And they got to say, yeah.
They
for
got to
sure,
save
yeah,
their
For
friend.
sure.
It's funny too. You mentioned the beer, and I always remember getting, and I would have been maybe 10, and I can always remember seeing the beer bottles. I'm like, why do they keep drinking that funny pop? And Mom's like, no, it's beer. I'm like, that's not a beer bottle,
The weird,
Mom.
the weird stubbies.
Yeah, I know. It was the first time I think I saw Stubby was a Strange Brew too, and I was like, "What is? Like,
Yeah,
Why is it only
why-
half the bottle?"
Yeah. I guess I remember seeing it in pictures. Like
Yeah.
parents have pictures or whatever, and they have parties. And
Hmm.
Yeah.
they're always, they have
Yeah, the
Stubbies,
stubby.
so,
Yeah.
So
I kind of want to have
We
a
all
stubby
drunk.
just for the shits and gigs.
just for can you even get those?
I
anymore?
don't-
Yeah. Red Stripe. They're up
Oh
there.
yeah, Red
Yeah.
Stripe.
Yeah,
Oh,
we do
God.
stubbies
Yeah, I
up there. I
forgot
don't-
about them.
I assume they're at beer stores here. I assume.
One
It's
of
been
my,
a long time
one of my
since I had a
favorite
Red
commercial
Stripe.
series was the Red Stripe commercials. Was the Who Wants to Buy Jimmy's Mustache?
That was a good one.
They're just so
That's really
ridiculous.
good.
Anyway, that was it. That was.
Now I want to get a Red Stripe just like the damn bottle of shit.
For sure.
I haven't seen one in forever. All right, well, I know what I'm doing this weekend.
There you go.
Sold.
You're drinking Stubbies all weekend. That's a good weekend.
I should actually just go into the LCBO. What you looking for? I'm looking for some stubbies.
You got some Stubbies?
Yeah, Stubbies.
For sure. Preferably a buck of beer if you got them.
At which point they just send me to the beer store and say good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Exactly. I'd say, yeah, those are three, I would say, very good choices of films to start this off. I think,
Yeah.
Men with Brooms, which is criminally underrated. Strange Brew, which is a classic, and
Yep, that was my number.
Fubar, everybody needs to see.
Yes.
All three
Yeah, I
of
know.
those
Definitely
films.
see. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Everybody needs to see Strange Brew too.
That's well, yeah, but I think everybody has.
So
If
they
you
can,
haven't,
they can get a firm grasp
They
of
haven't.
Canadian
that's what
culture.
they know. The actor.
Well-
it should be in the history
Slightly
museums.
aged Canadian
No,
culture.
no, that's how we are now too.
Pretty much
Getting the
are.
donuts.
The donut.
Oh man, I forgot about that whole scene.
That's
scene.
the intro. That's
That-
like
yeah,
the beginning of the movie.
shit.
That's the way
They
it starts.
got the donuts and they come
Yeah.
in arguing and they have to give the beer to the dog. Hose head.
It's so
Oh,
good.
God, it's
so
good.
SCTV was a freaking. Oh my god.
Oh, SCTV was
Institution.
brilliant. The
Institution
actors that
Canadian.
came off of that are just.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's why Schitt's Creek was so great.
No, exactly. It's
Oh, that was good.
all SCTV alumni.
Yeah.
Or Second City alumni, not all SCTV, but yeah.
Yeah, no,
That's
it
really
was
cool.
great because Schitt's Creek. God, that was a great TV show.
Such a good show. Like it's one
My
of those
kids
shows
liked it for fuck's
you don't
sakes.
even know it's Canadian. Like you're just watching,
Yeah.
you won't even know it, other than Canadian actors and things.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
shot in Canada. But I mean, you would like it's just the way it's done.
Well, they don't really highlight Canada in the show at all, really.
No, that's
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
what I
makes it
think.
really great.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
just
I
some
think that's-
place.
Yeah,
just
that's-
happens to be a Canadian thing.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes. Too. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
What's next we're gonna do?
For me? Oh, no.
Or
it's just,
we could swap
I
out.
Got, I got one more.
Just one more.
That's my top three. Well, because we already talked about Strange
Oh,
Brew.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So that was my third. And so this is one. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh
Yep.
yes, totally forgot about that.
Yep.
Yep.
I
What's
love that.
Funny about this one is, and I chatted about it, is it Canadian? So don't get me wrong. The story, technically written by somebody here in Canada.
Yeah, London.
It was totally filmed in, Toronto. Like they
Yep.
make that very clear and obvious.
Yep.
But I don't think there's anybody Canadian in it.
Michael Cera.
Michael Cera's Canadian.
Michael
he
Cera's
Canadian?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. And
Oh.
I
Okay,
think
shit. Yes.
the actress that plays Knives, I think, is Canadian. I could be wrong on that one. There's a few other Canadian actors
Okay, I
that are
actually
involved in the main
Thought
cast.
that other than the songs were all Canadian, like they were all managed by Becky guy,
What?
weren't they?
Oh, I don't know.
Beck.
What? Beck?
No, am I confusing names?
Must be.
I thought it was
I don't
Beck
know.
that was really part of the.
I know. What was it?
Yeah, it was Beck.
Metric.
Oh, cool.
Metric played one of the songs,
One of the songs.
cool.
but any of the songs that were from the band were Beck.
Oh,
Oh.
I did not know
I
that.
didn't know that.
That's really
Oh.
cool. That's
Oh,
a really cool fun
You
fact.
had me thrown. I was like, shit, am I wrong? I'm like, no,
No,
I
no,
wrote
I
down
didn't.
Beck.
I never knew that. I love
Yeah.
that movie, and I'm waiting for a sequel. So I'm.
I keep waiting for that
I know
sequel.
it's not happening. Yeah.
But yeah, that's my number two because it was again a great, just actiony, fun, great music, the style,
I was
and
gonna say I like how it was stylized.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
the style. The thing also I love about it, it's just one of those silly things. Is we all know who the bad guy is, and they go and they beat him up, and then oh no, there's the super bad guy, which is his doppelgangery person,
Yeah.
and they walk out together chit chatting. I
Yeah,
love
the way
it.
it wraps up is
Yeah.
is clever.
Yeah, it's just let's be
really
friends.
good.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, they did a really good job showing you, kind of like that, what video game movies, if you will, can be.
Oh,
Right? And that's kind of what it.
it was great.
Oh, so good. And I don't know if you guys ever read the books at all.
No, I didn't.
No.
Captures the spirit of those books perfectly.
Nice.
Perfectly. Like it feels like
I think because the creator was involved in the making of the movie.
Yeah.
That's why.
it almost feels like Universal just gave him carte blanche. Like, okay, no, you guys go make the story you want to make, and like nobody put their hands in it,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
that's we got this awesome film. That yeah,
That was just a
awesome.
great film.
It came out at a time when quirky movies were being accepted too. Like we had
True, yeah.
Napoleon Dynamite and Juno.
Another great,
for sure.
not
yeah.
Canadian, but great.
Juno was a Canadian movie.
Juno
I
is.
believe.
Juno was a Canadian movie too. Yeah,
Same kind of
also starring a Canadian actress,
same
or
kind of
actor.
actor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same kind of deadpan humor in a lot of them too, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
in all three of those movies, it's that quirky. It's funny, but it's not played for like hey kind of laughs, right?
that's kind of a Canadian forte, isn't it? That deadpan humor that
Mhm.
you would get.
Then we
yeah.
get it from the Brits.
Yeah, we definitely get it from the Brits for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, but put our own spin on it.
But we do better than the Brits.
Well, of course we do. Yeah, they're so dry. I just want to say our London is not number 2; it's number 1. But there's a site on there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
No, but yeah, it was a great film. What I liked about it was just, it was
it was fun.
Canadian. It was fun. It
Oh
was,
man.
yeah.
Chris Evans was in that.
Yeah.
It's
Brandon
awesome.
Ruth,
Brandon Routh was in it. Yeah, that's right. He played one of the boyfriends. Yeah.
Amy Adams.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's
So
that
many
one?
great
Yeah.
actors. I can't remember her name. The girl who his love interest.
That was Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Thank you.
Yep,
Yes.
that's it. But say
She
she's
was-
also in a horror movie.
She was the huntress in the somewhat okay Harley Quinn movie.
Which one?
Oh yeah. Birds of Prey one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was okay.
I don't know if I
somewhat,
ever watched
somewhat
that.
okay.
She did a good job. She was good in it.
She's always good as Harley.
I meant
Oh,
I meant
yeah.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, I think for that, and going off on a complete tangent,
That's what we do here.
I don't think any of the characters were terrible in that movie.
Mhm.
I think everything around the characters and the actors in that movie, because I mean, they're just saying what's written
Right.
essentially
For which movie?
for Birds,
Birds
of
of
Prey.
Prey.
Okay. I was saying,
Yeah.
you're knocking my Scott Pilgrim?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Whew.
Well, if we're comparing, Scott Pilgrim's a better film for
Oh.
sure. Not even a
I
question.
don't think I've ever seen Birds of Prey, so I can't speak
It's
to
better
it.
than the original Suicide Squad, for sure. However, there is some things left to be desired.
Yeah,
When watching,
definitely.
it. Yeah,
Mm.
and I think what AJ's saying is pretty on point. I think the actors are great. The performances were really well done, but yeah, there's something.
It was just a lot
surrounding
of put together.
kind
Kinda,
of felt
yeah.
that
It was,
wasn't quite cohesive.
yeah. It
wasn't
just
quite
it was
cohesive.
put together. All the pieces were nice, but it just
Yeah.
you
And
know.
then when you get like James Gunn's Suicide Squad and how fucking awesome that movie was, you're like, oh, Birds of Prey could have been that. But
it wasn't.
It wasn't exactly.
Back on track.
Back on
Anyway,
track.
yeah,
All right.
fair.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah, Mary Elizabeth.
There you
That-
go, Doug.
that's where we started with that.
Fantastic actress.
Yes.
And Kieran
Kieran Culkin.
Kieran Culkin, yes,
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin's brother. is in
Yes,
that.
yeah.
This is, which is a crazy, fun, weird role.
Yep.
When they're sharing the bed together, oh my god, hilarious!
Yeah.
Such funniness.
Yeah.
There is.
Funny.
Yeah, time for him to move out.
For sure. Time for the- yeah, I love that the quick cuts too. Is like,
Yeah, that was good.
that to me is a great depiction of like comic book panels. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, here is happening.
Yeah.
Nope, now we're done. I was like, oh yeah, that definitely happens. for
Yep.
sure in
They
comic
did a
book.
real good job with all that though, with the cuts and certain actions like whoosh,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you didn't really need like
the
your,
hat changing.
Oh yeah,
you didn't really need the whoosh lines or anything
Nope.
like that because you got what it was trying to
yeah.
put forth.
Get
right?
along.
Yeah.
Man, it's a real shame we haven't had a sequel of that yet. I really love that movie so much.
Yeah. To me,
Sex, Bob. Sorry.
to me, it's one of those movies though. What somehow makes it great is that it is just that one.
Yeah, you're probably
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, sequels don't necessarily always ruin the original, but it always gets tied to it slightly.
Great.
Mhm.
You know?
Fun fact: the corresponding video game is also wonderful for Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, I don't
It's
think I've
one-
ever played it.
It's a classic beat 'em up, very much like Double Dragon. Or,
Oh, okay,
or
nice.
Yeah.
A lot
I've
of fun.
seen
Shit, I didn't even know it
gameplay
existed.
of that.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, I didn't know it existed. I must admit.
Cool.
Nice.
You have a
Word.
second one?
Oh, where do I start? Yeah. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah, that's a good
Oh,
one
I
too.
forgot about that one. Shit.
Yeah,
Nice
I
call out.
love that movie
So
so much.
Funny and
So
ridiculous.
it's ridiculous but great.
Yeah.
Like the performances from the two main characters, Alan Tudyk and I can't remember the other feller's name.
Bigger dude.
But funny
yeah,
as fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
He was
Funny
on
as-
Breaker High, wasn't he?
I think so. I
With,
think he
Ryan
was.
That's an
Gosling?
old school.
Yeah.
I think he
Yeah.
was in that show. Oh,
I can't remember
Re-
from anything.
was it Reaper? That Kevin Smith produced.
I think so.
He played the buddy.
I think he was in it.
I think.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway,
Yes.
great movie. I love how unexpected it is because any media or any promotion you saw for it kind of led you down one path, and then it's just all these spoilers, stupid kids having accidents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It's just a misunderstanding. It's a whole huge misunderstanding.
So good.
It was well done.
You wouldn't know. That's another movie you wouldn't know is Canadian if you didn't know any of the Canadian pieces to it. It's definitely
Yeah.
not filmed like a Canadian
No.
movie
Oh,
at
no.
all.
No.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I haven't
actually,
seen that one in a long time. Shit,
No.
I got to put that on my list.
me too. Didn't they produce a TV show or something corresponding to that?
I don't think so.
Maybe I'm crazy.
I
I
have
think
no
they wanted to
memory.
do a sequel.
Yeah.
Does Tucker and Dale go to Yale? Or something?
That would kind of make sense.
Yeah.
That would be really great. Actually, man, I'm gonna watch that tonight. I love that movie. So
Oh yeah,
ridiculous.
it's been a long.
So silly.
I didn't expect what I got. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
so
I was,
good.
I was, and it was a pleasant
Mm-hmm.
kind of like
Surprise.
Oh,
Surprise,
For
yeah.
sure. Yeah. Well, I have my next two movies that I love are Ginger Snaps 1 and Ginger Snaps 2.
Nice.
yeah, I had that on my list.
Honestly, thought they were really well done. A fun spin on the whole werewolf
Yep.
Mhm.
kind of idea that we've seen a million times before. I only knew it was Canadian because I read like the liner notes or read somewhere it was produced, filmed in Canada and starred Canadian actors. I was like, holy shit! Like if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't have any idea. The plot was great.
Yeah.
The suspense was
I
great.
love that.
It's not.
The plot was great. It can't be Canadian.
It's just the way it's shot because there's certain things that are shot in a way that you're like, oh yeah, that's clearly Canadian.
Well, it's just like my thing with Canadian TV shows.
Yeah,
There's a
exactly.
way that it's
Yeah, it's
shot,
fair,
it's
fair.
presented. That
Right.
it's just not as polished or something.
And as I'm sure we'll get into, horror is very hard to do,
It is.
and to do it without any sort of cheese, and to
Mhm.
have the class and gravitas it needs. And they nailed it, not just once but twice. Ginger Snaps 2 is probably just as good as the first one. The only difference is you're just getting more backstory as to why this
Yeah.
even happened. And it was actually a sister instead of the other one. But
There
there's
is a third one.
there is a third one, yes.
It's more like a prequel.
Yes. But I'm not
I
seeing
kind of
No.
like that style, I have to admit.
kind of do too sometimes. They did it right with the From Dusk Till Dawn movie.
Oh yeah, the
They did a
prequel.
prequel. Like if they didn't do any of the From Dusk Till Dawn, like the first one didn't exist and just that prequel exists, like fucking amazing movie.
Which one was that?
That's still done. It's funny you bring that up because it's on the Netflix right now, and
Yeah.
I keep wanting to watch it.
Yeah.
And of all the people who tell me no, I'm surprised. My wife.
Why?
Why?
She detests the movie. She's like, it's a bad, horrible movie. I'm like, is it
Oh,
just
it's
because of the
wonderful.
songs and the style? And she's like, yeah,
What?
that's what makes it great.
It's like half comedy, half horror, half ridiculousness.
Yeah,
like
that's
it's
what
like
I'm
it's just
saying.
like,
Well, it definitely
nuts.
throws you for a loop if you don't know. Again, that was another movie that I wasn't expecting
right.
vampires.
No, why?
I thought it was
going to
be- Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a bank robber type movie.
Type
sort
movie.
of
Gotcha,
thing,
gotcha.
right?
And
Yeah.
Can we get a shout out for Tarantino's role as a psycho killer? He was amazing.
was
Right.
great.
He was really creepy, and I think
Very creepy.
obviously George Clooney's the man, but he did a great job. Like,
Yeah.
that was-
Cheech.
Yeah.
All
was
about the
awesome.
Cheech.
Yeah, the Cheech song. Oh, it was so
good.
good.
That's so good. So good. Yeah.
That was so
Serious.
good they put it on the soundtrack.
They did. Yeah,
Just that
exactly.
clip.
Exactly. Yeah. Back to Ginger Snaps.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just such a really fun horror ride, and I can't say enough good things about it. And if you're into horror, you want to see a really fine Canadian film,
Yeah,
do it
it
right.
does
and
go-
you're a
That's right.
teenage girl, yeah.
And you're a teenage
Yeah.
girl, yeah. Hey,
I was about to call that out, actually. It doesn't
Hey.
have to be necessarily a teenage girl, but if you are still teenage, youngish,
Yeah.
Angsty.
angsty,
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. Yeah,
No,
'cause-
there's a good. That's one thing I liked about that movie too. Was even when I was, again, I was maybe teen-ish, probably. When was the release year on the original?
I think it was late 90s.
Yeah, I have another one of these
think
things where I
so.
think it was when I'm
I
a teen, but
know.
oh crap, I was actually. Anyway, just that it was that very teeny bopper, but still good style. Yeah,
It was
Yeah, they don't-
It was
they
like
don't-
Twilight, but good.
yeah. They don't
well, we don't knock Twilight.
no,
oh,
we don't.
knock Twilight.
Listen,
There's
till we're
nothing
shimmering,
good. There's nothing good about that.
till we're shimmering
I
vampires.
agree,
We
actually.
shouldn't knock them because we're not shimmering.
Fair.
That's
Just a vampire.
It's a straight vampire. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But with Ginger Snaps got right, yeah, it's definitely got a teeny vibe to it, but it's not like they beat that over your head.
No,
You know,
yeah, no.
Where you get a lot of times of those types of
It
movies.
wasn't the
Yeah.
Craft,
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
which came out probably around the same time.
Original
not bad.
Craft was great though, for me.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, from what I've heard,
Yeah,
I don't try not
the
to
original I really
reboots.
enjoy,
I
even
thought
my
it was
older
great,
age.
Yeah.
The remake, I watched it start to
Oh,
finish.
No. Oh no.
Thank you. I don't think I'll watch it again.
Thanks for doing the dirty work for us because I was
Yeah,
not about to
no.
venture that, but I was very curious. So thanks.
It's no.
Okay.
It's
You
just
can find
no.
anything else. Go rewatch something you like. Again, it's not horrible, like oh my god, awful. I didn't turn it off, but it's definitely not. It's not the original in my mind.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Well,
Again, there was
something.
something about the original.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They do
Yeah.
have some call outs
angsty
to the
thing.
characters, which is fun, but
And the original one started Canadian, Nev Campbell.
yeah, fair.
That's
Yeah,
true,
yeah, I didn't even think of
But
that.
she none of the original actors were in the new.
Yes,
They were? All of
Yeah, not all.
Oh.
No. But I know there's a couple of styles. It's been a long time since I watched, and I maybe started doing other things while my children watched it.
There you go. That's how good of the
Not
the
paying
remake was
attention
one.
that much.
Newsflash Hollywood. Maybe not everything needs to be remade. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe not. You can just
please.
leave certain things alone. It's fine. Yeah, it is. But
Or bring me on set, and I'll help you out.
we can fix this for you.
Yeah, we can help. We can help.
For
I am
sure.
kind of looking forward to the new Ghostbusters. I know it's
Oh,
not a
me
remake,
too.
but it does look fun. A good
I am
new
so
style.
fucking
I'm
excited.
very pumped.
I'm looking forward to that.
I
one.
mean, the fact that it's Ivan Reitman's kid and everything is just firing on all cylinders. I don't want to knock the female-led one because I actually just started watching it for the first time like a week or so ago.
I did like it.
It's good. It's
Yeah,
got
it-
some elements that are great, but it's not. It definitely doesn't hold a
Chris
candle.
Hemsworth.
Yeah, but it doesn't hold a candle to the originals at all.
No.
And there's
No.
a reason for that. The fact that all the people that made the originals are back in this way to make this, I'm just so excited. I'm so
I think the
excited.
female-led one was another one of those. The actors were great, but everything around them wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
No, I agree with that.
Because all the women in that movie are
Oh, everybody.
hilarious
Oh,
women.
Amazing.
everybody
Leslie
does
Jones.
it.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
she's amazing.
Yeah.
They're all funny
They're all-
in their
they're all
own
right.
right.
Yeah, you're
They're
right.
doing their own sort of thing as the characters.
Yeah.
They're all great.
Yeah, it's true.
And yeah, getting that comedic performance from Chris Hemsworth was kind of a throw. It's like, whoa, Thor's really funny.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, for sure. And another one that the Ghostbusters movies would not be famous if it wasn't for Canadians, because Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, Dan
Well, yeah,
Aykroyd.
fair.
And
Yeah.
no, Harold Ramis wasn't Canadian.
No, he was not.
No, I think it was just Aykroyd was.
It's just
Yeah.
Aykroyd, but
Yeah.
they did write it, and they were in SC second seated together.
Nice.
I
That's
don't
right.
think no, they were in SNL.
Harold Ramis.
Yeah.
Sure.
Pretty sure.
Let's look that up.
I have
think
no
either of
idea.
them were in the Second City, not at least not TV.
Maybe not. Definitely not TV. I'm talking about the.
Just from
stage
the
thingy.
yeah. Then
That's
I
right.
think you're right.
Yeah. Either way.
Because they have one of those in like Chicago and shit too.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're,
yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Chicago's a big one. Toronto's a big one.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of other that are whatever. But those are the two main famous
Yes.
second cities for sure. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. I'm very excited for the Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, no, I do
Sure.
want to see it.
So you guys have all exhausted your 3 based off.
I do
Oh,
have
I
a
have-
close 4.
I
Okay,
have
I-
4,
Since
5,
mine
6,
was
7,
copied.
8,
Okay,
9, 10,
I have my
11.
third, and they're also sequels.
No.
One's whatever.
Okay, we'll see what your next one is. Fair.
Goon.
Shit, that was gonna be my
Yeah,
4th.
I
Damn
fucking
it.
love Goon.
I
Never
love
saw
it
it.
too.
Oh my God.
You
I'm
have
not-
to
I'm
watch
not a hockey
Goon.
movie guy.
You don't
Oh,
doesn't have
it
nothing to
does
do with
not
hockey.
matter.
Like it's like the first 10 minutes kind of deals with hockey. After that, it's about fighting. All of it's about fighting. Everything is about fighting and why he fights.
and
It's awesome.
and yeah, I would say not just fighting, but making sure he takes care of the girl he likes.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You got
That's
to
a
give.
good call out. I love that.
Oh, you got to
to
give credit to Sean William Scott. He crushed that role, complete 180 from his Stifler character, which I know he's been
Yep.
trying to break out of that. He
I was gonna
plays
say maybe that's why I didn't. Because
He's
I was
nothing
sick of
like
seeing
it.
Stifler.
nothing
Yeah.
like it. He plays Todd Glass. I think it's loosely based off a true story.
I
think
hope
there's
not.
something. No, I think it
the
is.
style, like some of the elements,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah,
Like,
maybe, yeah.
Again, have people had that challenge in their life, probably, but I don't think it's really.
Oh,
If it is, fuck, I
think
would
it
love
is.
to meet that dude.
I think there's like a real character like that.
Really?
I'm not kidding. We'll look it up, but I'm pretty.
I will
Or
have
you
to
can let
try.
us know if you're Goon
Yeah,
fans. Let us know because I'm pretty confident that there's.
Goon.
It's a good example that both are great. First
Yeah,
and the sequel.
Agreed.
Yep,
And
they're
no
both
one's
good.
better than the other. They
Nope.
they nailed both of them.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it was so good. Oh, Lee Schreiber, fuck, he killed that. Killed that. He makes me think he's Canadian. And then I watched him in another movie where he played an Australian in it's a movie called Mental. I'm like, is he Australian? Like, I can't figure this guy out. Where the hell's he from? Then I look, oh, he's American. Okay,
Man,
all right,
there you go.
Whatever, yeah. But those are
Yep.
my favorite.
No, Goon's a good one. That was gonna be that's in my list, my top 10
Freaking
for
love
sure.
it. I love it.
Nice.
Oh, so good. Ah, so much good stuff.
Now I want to watch Goon.
And all the fake NHL stuff they put in there because I can't. It's so great. It's just so great. And they do everything right. They get you your hot shot, rookie. And
Oh
then
yeah, they got it all. They got it all.
all the hockey tropes.
Yeah.
Maybe one. Maybe
The
one.
French goalie who's a real prick. He's a real man. Awesome. So great.
All right, yeah, that's going on the list. I have to watch that one. I haven't
Okay.
watched it recently.
Good. For sure.
Goon.
So
Yeah.
did you have another one?
Oh man, where do I start? I had Ginger Snaps, Strange Bruce, Scott Pilgrim, Tucker and Dale, Heavy Metal.
Heavy Metal's Canadian?
Heavy Metal is a Canadian movie.
No.
There's some
Yeah.
Canadians in it.
No, it was produced with a Canadian company.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Who?
Possibly the animators. I don't know. I didn't write that down.
I've never thought of that one as Canadian.
Kind of blowing my mind right now.
Yeah.
Do you want me to Wikipedia it?
No.
No, we believe you.
No, no.
We believe
I
you.
don't believe you, but I'm just gonna naysay you
We can-
without proof.
But we can skip. We don't have to go into detail. There's more. Hobo with a Shotgun,
Yep. Knew that was Canadian.
Yeah.
which was
Nobody knows that movie, by the way.
which started
No,
off
I don't
as
think I've ever seen
a
it.
fake trailer for
Yeah.
Grindhouse,
That's right. Yeah.
which was
That's what it
Tarantino
was.
and Rodriguez's thing that they did.
Yeah. The thing that they
The
did.
thing that they did together.
Yeah. The grindhouse swords.
Well,
Oh, no.
because I saw the Grindhouse thing when it came out,
Yeah.
so I saw both movies
Both
together,
together.
Me
Yeah.
too,
with
yeah.
all of the.
Actually, I think Dave and I went to see the
all,
grindhouse ones
all the
together.
fake trailers and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
And I always said, I was like, that's got a Hobo with a fucking shotgun. That's got to be a movie.
Yeah.
That has to be.
For
All
sure.
of these other trailers are great, like Werewolf Women of the SS and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But no, that has to be a movie. And when they said they were going to bring that out, I was like,
It's a pretty crazy ass movie.
It's
I
a
didn't
one-
realize Canadian though.
Yeah.
That's really weird
Yeah.
that it was
Yeah,
Canadian.
I've never thought I was Canadian.
Yeah.
Nice.
what else do we have? The Fly.
Which one?
Jeff Goldblum.
It's Canadian.
Yep.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Gina Davis and Jeff
Filmed in
Goldblum.
Canada?
David Cronenberg.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
Huh. Yeah,
Oh,
shit.
that's.
I did
wow.
not think of that.
It was
either.
on that list.
That is a
I missed
classic.
it.
That was on that list. Existenz.
I missed.
Existenz,
I
um,
Existenz, yeah.
Although I didn't know it at the
Vid-
time.
Videodrome.
That one I
saw
don't know.
Yeah.
Naked Lunch, which is another one I have on here, which man,
Naked Lunch.
I
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I've been in some altered states and watched that movie, and wow, man, that's just all kinds of fucked up.
Yeah, I'm aware of it, but
I don't
think I've seen it.
Yeah,
it's
I had
got,
no knowledge.
It's got RoboCop in it.
Okay.
And
good.
it's yeah,
The original RoboCop or the
The-
television one
no,
that was
the
filmed
real-
here in Canada?
the real RoboCop, real BoCop,
RoboCop.
Real
Yeah.
Cop.
real BoCop.
Hey, why has there not been a Rambo Cop yet? I feel like
Rambo-
that's a
oh,
missed
that'd be
opportunity.
great.
Ooh,
Anyway,
nice.
That'd be amazing. But yeah, it's all sorts of fucked up.
I've never
It's-
heard of
it's
it.
It's an acid trip without needing to take acid.
Okay,
That's good.
It's
yeah.
Take care of
it's
yourself.
almost a grittier, not as Hollywood Fear and Loathing.
Okay.
Really? Well,
Uh-huh.
now I kind of that's based on that description alone. I
And-
want to
and
watch it.
very, yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Naked Lunch.
Naked
Fuck.
Lunch.
All right, Naked Lunch.
Based off the book by William S. Burroughs,
Okay.
which is also an interesting read.
Wow.
Very
You
interesting.
really delved deep into this project.
I was into some shit when I was in my teens.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. I like.
So when I was going on Polneck, you were going off.
I like the shit like the Doors and
Oh
shit
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. It was-
Yeah.
I was down with the Doors.
Yeah, Doors pretty.
Oh,
Cool.
the doors were good. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, music
one of the
and
Doors.
movie and all that fun
I
stuff.
haven't seen the movie in a long time, but the music definitely plus.
Yes.
Sure.
Oh, what else did I have?
Nice.
Kids in the Hall, Brain Candy.
Nice.
That was great.
That's a good
That
one.
was wonderful.
One that I can't say I would actually sit down and watch again, but I can't not give it some appreciation would be Anne of Green Gables, the original.
You know, it's funny. I have friends that are actually watching it now
Yeah.
because I which is also crazy because I don't know if you know this. but Anne of Green Gables is like huge in China,
Oh, really?
massive,
I did not know
Really?
this.
like massive.
I've never gotten into it.
Ah,
I've never watched.
I don't think I did when we were kids. I might have read one of the books for a school or
No.
something. I don't remember.
It was one of
But-
those things my mom made me watch.
Yeah, yeah. And I didn't want to, but then when I got older, I started to realize, okay, I get it. It's a neat story, and it's Canadian, whatever. But then, for me, and I know all of Anne Green Gable fans, we got so many of them that watch our podcast or listen to our podcast. Yeah,
They
And
mostly
my mom,
listen.
My mom, yeah.
yeah, for sure, yeah. Anne with an E was really what got me. Like I remember watching some of the show as a kid, being forced to watch it or whatever. But you know, when you're forced to watch something, you're kind of like in and out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But watching Anne with an E, it was a whole different experience. Like it was really, really well done. Like you'd be shocked to know that was Canadian made. And it's because I think they use one of the person that works on it is from HBO, and I think worked on Game of Thrones or something with that. So they bring in that production element.
Right,
So
right.
there's a couple Starbucks cups
That's right.
littered around the set.
That's
The
right.
set randomly
Well,
that shouldn't
yeah.
be
It's
there.
Canadian Tim Hortons cups. Okay.
Oh, there's Timmy's
Okay.
cups, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But and it was really well done. So I got a lot of respect for Anne of Green Gables, and it
Yeah,
kind of made me
nice.
just want to go back and start watching the originals again. And I've done that a little bit. I'm like,
That
okay, I get it. I
you
get it.
have then you'd have to get into Road to Avonlea.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
I
heavy.
wasn't into
It's
any
heavy.
of them. Yeah.
No,
And I have one more.
Oh,
I have
meatballs. I have meatballs.
Meatballs.
I did not know that was Canadian.
Meatballs, Porkies.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, Porky's. I didn't even think of Porky's.
I didn't
Shit,
know
I
that
should have
either.
thought of that one.
The greatest
We're-
Canadian movie of all time.
we're dirty birdies, man, making those movies.
Right?
Those movies could never be made now.
No.
Oh, God,
Like
no.
ever.
No,
No way.
No.
no.
You go to jail,
Probably.
Yeah,
dude.
probably.
Dude, they're putting peepholes in the girls' bathrooms. Yes, they'd
That's
go to
true.
jail.
That's true. That's how it would end.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
They'd just go to jail.
Oh,
There'd be no
God.
movie. It'd be like 15 minutes. It'd be a short. It'd be,
Yeah.
it'd be a
Yeah,
PSA.
Canadian short. There you go.
It'd be a PSA.
Isn't that great to know that the great Bill Murray was in a Canadian film?
Yeah.
That's really
Mhm.
awesome. A couple of them, actually. Yeah, it's really awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. I did not know Porky's was Canadian. Do you know what? Or not Porky's. Oh, well, both Porky's and
Well,
Meatballs.
meatball. Yeah.
Meatballs, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm surprised is not Canadian? Canadian bacon.
Yeah.
And it's not. It was Michael Moore that made it, wrote it, and I think he directed it. Must have directed it. He's a director.
Oh.
Probably.
And it
I
had
did not
lots
know
of.
that he didn't do documentary style movies.
This was it. This was his piece, and
Ah.
Because it was all making fun of the States as a Canadian.
right. And,
It is a great flick. I
Unbelievable
highly, yeah, it's an amazing film that everybody should really watch. And Americans understand what we're trying to say to you.
yeah. Please. For a movie that's 20 fucking years old.
Yeah, it's a funnish movie.
That's a really fun
Isn't
movie.
the John Candy in that?
He is. Yep.
Yep,
A lot
John
of
Candy.
Canadians.
One of his
Yeah.
last, probably.
Isn't the woman from Cheers in that one? Or am I
Yeah. Rhea Perlman.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
in it. Yeah. They
yeah.
play the cops together. Or
Yeah,
the
that's right.
people.
That's the part I always remember in that movie. I'm like, doesn't she need to get a beer or something?
Yeah, for sure.
Funny.
No, I think. Sorry to answer your question. I could be wrong, but I think it was a few years later that John died because the last movie he did was.
Wagons East.
Yes, it was Wagons
With
East.
Richard Lewis. believe.
Yes, you're right. Richard Lewis was in it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was a few years later.
Well, his best movie is the bobsledding one. So
Uncle
Cool
Buck.
Runnings.
Cool Runnings.
You think
Uncle-
cool? You think
Uncle
Cool
Buck.
Running?
Uncle
Planes,
Buck.
Trains, and
Planes,
Automobiles.
Trains, and Automobiles.
Seriously.
Home
Cool.
Alone.
Yeah.
Even though he was in it for 5 minutes.
Cool
You-
Runnings, I'm
oh
afraid.
wow, that's a weird thing to say, David.
The others are all great. I'm not knocking his ability and how great it was to watch him, but when it comes down to the bestest movie, fucking Cool Runnings.
You have to respectfully disagree. And if you don't see Dave on this podcast next week, you understand why.
We will replace you with other Dave.
Right. We got lots of Daves in the corner, Dave.
These are the
I
Daves
am
I know.
the Dave.
Dave Prime.
Right.
That's all right.
Yeah, I
that's
like
all right.
that,
That's
yeah.
really good. Yeah.
Let's talk about Chris's favorite movie.
Oh,
You.
fuck.
Cute. That's right.
Well, let me preface this
Cute.
first. You guys can razz on it and talk about it, but let me just give my little bit on this for anybody that's watching that gives a shit.
Is it a cube bit?
Yes, it is a cube bit. It's cubed. The bit is cubed.
A cubit?
Nice.
I wanted to see the cube. I was really excited to see it because it came out in '99, and I didn't even know it existed until like when I was living in Phil at the time. So it would have been 27. So that would have like a good 8-year gap,
Yeah.
which I didn't even know about this. And then I hear we have this independent horror film. It all takes place inside this room, and it's all sci-fi based. Our buddy Cody, he was like, "We gotta watch the movie." Like, yeah, let's get excited. Let's watch it. So we rented it. Yeah, at the time you could rent movies.
You went into a store.
That's right.
From
yeah.
Rogers Video.
Or the
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
It was a Blockbuster, exactly.
It wasn't Jumbo.
It was not Jumbo. And we both got excited. We got some beers. We got some joints. And we'll go to watch it. And then by the time credits rolled, we both looked at each other like, did we miss something? No? What was that? Like, I don't know. And both of us came to the conclusion like we didn't get it.
But did you not feel that way with many movies that came out around that time?
I can't think of it.
Fight Club, Seven.
Oh, Fight Club makes sense.
Fight Club makes sense. Yeah. No.
Fight Club also is a great one where the film
what was
and the
it?
book are both great.
What was another one I was thinking? There was Fight Club. There was Seven. There was
Seven.
Yeah, but
good.
like,
Memento.
here's the difference. Those
Memento's
movies, yes,
great.
I did say like, what the fuck's going on? But I wanted to go back and watch them to find out what I missed. I did not feel that way about the
Oh,
Cube.
see, I did.
I did not feel like I
loved it.
cared enough to want to
I
watch it again.
loved it. I thought
Okay,
it was
please
fascinating. It fascinated
Enlighten me, sir. Please tell me
Well,
what
no,
makes
no.
it good.
This really sounds like what we need to do is get together and watch the Cube a few times,
Okay.
and really come back together to discuss this.
Okay, we can do that. That's a
Yeah.
fun project.
It was the fact that it was a movie that didn't need a whole lot of it didn't need any sets. It needed one set lit differently
Mm-hmm.
every
Mhm.
time they go through into another part of the cube.
That's a clever production nod. I'll give that for sure.
And then the way the characters interacted with each other, how there were different characters and whatnot, and then the mystery of why and who.
Hmm.
The way that they figured it or tried to figure out, like the detective part of it. I don't know. It was just kind of a whole thing that entertained me. I got it. I get your point, but at that point in movie dumb history, movie dumb history.
Not AJ dumb history,
No,
movie dumb.
I felt like we were getting that a lot in movies where they would lead you up to a certain point and then kind of just stop, or you would have to watch it a couple times to
get the
like
image.
even movies like that told you what was going on, the usual suspects. You go back and watch it a second time, like it still
Yeah.
leaves you with that feeling of I fucking missed something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
so
that could happen.
The Sixth Sense,
Yeah.
you could I can't do it
That was
now
90
because
is that 99? That doesn't matter.
I don't-
Same time period.
the same era of
same era. Yeah, I'll give
what
that.
was popular in the thriller
Mm-hmm.
kind of area genre of movies. Yeah, there was always
the twist
that
the
made
hook.
you want more or need to watch it again to figure it out. And I felt that kind of fell in the same.
Interesting.
It was on the same lifeboat.
Well, I'm clearly in the minority because that spawned like what 3-4 sequels.
Never seen the
Which
sequels.
progressively did get a little more boring.
Oh, then I.
Well, they're sequels.
What the hell, man?
Um,
How could you get more boring than the first one?
it gives you some insight into why. Like
Okay.
it answers the questions of the first movie,
Okay.
but it wasn't. It still tried to play off of that mystery of the first movie, which didn't have that suspense anymore because you were now seeing the outside of it. Right? It wasn't all inside the cube.
Okay.
The
It was
cube.
you got in the facility where the cube is stored.
Oh, they
like-
started
the-
branching.
Yeah.
So
you
the
got,
Cube
like-
2 is the Matrix Reloaded of the Cube franchise.
there you go.
Oh shit.
More talkie.
That's okay.
More talkie.
Matrix 4 is going to be amazing.
It's gonna be amazing. Can't wait.
It's going to be like
Is
Highlander.
that's a Canadian movie because Keanu Reeves, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
It's like the Highlander movies. I always love that. Highlander, the original, fucking amazing,
Oh,
right?
great. Yeah.
Yep. The second one, what the F is this?
Yeah.
Then they make the third, completely ignoring the second.
Yeah, but they
Oh,
did.
yeah.
There was no
Well-
second movie. Everybody.
There's
kidding,
there's
just
reasons
kidding.
for that. There's reasons for
Absolutely.
that. I don't know if you've ever seen both cuts of the Highlander 2 movie.
I think I have. Yeah.
It's a weird They're both weird.
Strange movies.
They didn't fix anything with the director's cut at all. They just
Oh,
they just added more shit to make you go, what?
Yeah. It's just especially considering how great the original
for
Highlander
sure.
was. The film, it just
That's why for Highlander, I love the TV show that they had because I thought that was very consistent.
they did a great
Was
job.
that a
really
Canadian TV show?
I don't
It
think
felt
so.
like it had the
Man,
production value of such.
Definitely did. It definitely did. Well, except for the Queen song. I mean, they must have paid a lot of money for that. But
Oh, they probably still had the rights to that.
Yeah. Well, they probably gave the rights. Like, come on, iterate.
but
You
I
don't want
really
the song.
I loved that show a lot, and I think I love the show because you're right. Movies are so wonky. Outside of the first one, it kind of gets a little weird.
Oh yeah. The
Dicey.
third one isn't that
Yeah.
great either.
But
But
this-
Which is the one with what's his name? Mario Van Peebles. Is that the third one or the fourth one? There's so many of them.
yeah,
there are now.
'Cause there's
yeah.
one where the guy from the TV show comes in and
Oh, I think that is like the
fights the
fourth
guy from
one.
the
Duncan.
movie.
Yeah. They
That
do
was-
the crossover
There's a
one.
Duncan
Yeah.
Connor.
Yeah.
That
thing
was
going
the Edge was in that. Was it the wrestler? I think it was
So that's why he knows.
Yeah.
The wrestler was in it.
Highlander Resurrection or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I did
See,
watch an amazing
It
film
got
recently.
silly.
Oh
It got
yeah,
silly.
they got
It
bad.
got
The
silly.
original was just so. It's been a while since I've seen it. I must admit, but just that.
Only good thing about the
music,
second,
everything.
Sean Connery.
Yeah, of course.
He was great.
Yeah.
Sean Connery just, I think he went in realizing that it was fucking dumb
Yeah.
and it was just like,
Okay,
I'm
but to
gonna
say-
play
Him in the first was great. In the second,
because it definitely wasn't the same character.
yeah. My
that he was
favorite
really
Sean
playing from the
Connery
first.
was what's it called where they break out of the prison
Oh, The Rock.
or
The
break
Rock.
in The Rock? Yeah.
Which I
Yeah.
found out is actually a Bond film recently.
Oh,
About breaking, well, yeah, because he's Bond. So it's about breaking Bond out of prison.
No, it's
There.
not.
no, because
There's
they're
a
trying to
theory
stop.
out there that's what it's
No,
about.
it's not.
Yeah.
No, they're breaking into the prison because they're trying to stop the shooties.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
There's apparently some theory out there that it's supposed to be about James Bond because he plays that character. I'll find you the link for it.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure if we went online,
For sure.
we could find a theory linking Pokemon to James Bond.
Yeah,
Okay.
I read something else about
Yeah,
James
I kinda wanna
Connery,
look at
and
that.
I was actually impressed by this. He's retired. I'm like, yep, that makes sense.
Who's that? Sean Connery?
Sean Connery, yeah.
Is he not dead?
Oh, he passed. Yeah, he passed.
Pretty sure he's dead.
He passed recently,
When?
like a couple weeks, maybe months ago. So
I'm
we
Googling
hadn't
this
seen
now.
him in a long time because he had unfortunately got hit by Alzheimer's. That's why nobody had seen him in such a long time.
I did not
And
know
recently
that.
he passed, and I think it was his wife, but I could be incorrect on this statement. Made it public that that's the reason why nobody had seen him.
Wow, it's really weird that
Yeah, he died last year.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
shit, it's been that
October,
long.
October 31st,
My
2020.
condolences to his family. I did not know that. Now I'm
Yeah.
really sad.
Yeah, no,
He was my
unfortunately
favorite
passed.
Bond. He was
Yes,
he
I
was
would
my
say he's my
favorite.
favorite Bond too.
No,
Well,
I couldn't say that. For
He
me.
played the character the way it was written in the books.
I'm not knocking his style. It's just it never clicked with me personally. Like the style, all those things.
Oh, I was always fascinated
yeah,
by
it never.
the whole
clicked.
spy thing, regardless of if it was runny, jumpy, shooty James Bond or
I'm more of that fan. I have to
being
admit.
smooth and
My
cool James
What's the
Bond.
one they did in the '90s? Who was that dude?
Pierce
Pierce
Brosnan.
Brosnan.
That
Yeah.
him.
Or Timothy Dalton. I guess he
Yeah,
would have been
barely.
late 80s.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
it was
late
Pierce
80s.
Brosnan. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure the one with the satellite dishes. and
GoldenEye.
all that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Golden.
GoldenEye.
God, I love GoldenEye.
Yeah, for sure.
I haven't seen that one in a while. Shit.
It's a great video game.
It's a great
It
video
was a
game,
great
yeah,
video
for
game.
sure.
That's another big thing I remember that one.
yeah, Pierce Brosnan. It's tied between him and Connery that are my favorite Bonds, probably. But I'm with you because the timeline wasn't quite mine. It was I didn't discover
It's
those
not
things until
bad.
later.
Yeah,
right?
it's not like it was horrible or anything. It's just
Exactly.
it never. Yeah, like
Sure.
Connery for me. No,
Back
Indiana
then-
Jones. I'm more fancy him in Indiana
Yeah,
Jones.
true.
Back then, it was definitely more. Well, I mean, you had stricter rules with movies, right?
Yeah,
In
fair.
general, like with
Mhm.
what you could show and what
Well,
you could do, and
Yeah,
how violent you could get or how sexual you could get.
Sexual.
But I think it was also more about the espionage
sensual.
because that was a big deal in movies and movie making
True.
Ah, yeah.
at that point.
Yes,
60s,
true.
70s. The
It was more about
intrigue,
being
the
a
espionage.
spy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
right?
Less
Whereas
actiony.
Once you got into the
The
80s,
90s.
90s,
yeah.
so the action movie
Yeah.
took hold, right?
Yeah,
Makes
you
sense.
can still be a. That's what I kind of liked about GoldenEye because it still had a bit of that style of I'm
Yeah.
a spy, but then jump into the action.
Yeah,
A
the
little bit of both there, yeah.
yeah. It was a good
and
mix.
that's
That's one of the
what it didn't retain, I think, later on down the road with Daniel Craig. Not saying that his James Bond isn't good.
Oh,
It's just different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's great.
'Cause James
He's fantastic.
Bond-
It's just different. Absolutely.
007 James Bond, in theory, is the name and the title you're given when you're given that number.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So, yeah.
Nice.
That's why I think it works.
Canadian movies, and we get into a deep discussion on James Bond.
Well, they're British. British. He's British, right? So
That's right. That's
It's
fine.
close.
We're safe.
It's
We're
close.
safe.
There's been some Canadians in those
cousins,
films. Yeah,
cousins, right? And-
Technically, the British still, are
Yeah.
responsible for us.
they own our asses.
Yeah, we
So,
still have the
you know,
Governor General and
that's
all this
right.
fun.
That's right. That's true.
But yeah, other than that, I had Trailer Park Boys, but we kind of touched on.
Yeah,
it.
we did talk
That's-
about
And
that.
I think their movies were pretty good too.
I did like
their
their
I
movies.
think
Yeah.
their movies. Were
I got introed because of the movies.
Well, even
I think that's
they-
what made me understand them.
Yeah.
Was the first movie that came out.
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
watched-
I'm going to try this.
Yeah.
Well, they got started because of a movie.
Yeah.
It was called something The Good
So
Night.
I guess the first feature film
Yeah.
that came out
Yeah,
after
I
they
guess
were
so.
a popular TV show.
Yeah, sure. Well, all of the films are great.
They have their just style. You go and have fun. It's
Yeah, that's exactly it.
it
It's
is
all
good.
about just these idiots having a good time.
yeah, it is.
and
It's
loving
good.
life on the poor, and the drugs.
And there's special way.
Oh my God! One of the best seasons was when Snoop Dogg came a couple years ago.
Oh yeah,
Holy
Snoop Dogg
shit.
and Doug Benson.
Unbelievable! Like the fact that that's even
Nice.
Canadian TV. You're like, there's no way this is allowed to exist.
I still
That-
haven't gotten
I think
into
that's
the
something that
series.
almost made Snoop Dogg relevant again.
Oh, sure did.
Almost.
I watched this is crazy. This is just shows you how lightweight most people really are. I watched one of Snoop's internet shows where he had them on. They're promoting
Oh,
something.
the GNN News or whatever.
Yeah.
I love those.
And
yeah.
they just basically just smoke. Right? They
Yeah,
just
they
smoke
sit there and get
weed.
high.
And you realize he keeps going, and the other three are like, "Oh, gotta tap out here because we're done." And Snoop's just like, "Nope, I'm good. You guys want more of this?" A little bit like, you realize, okay, we've hit the big leagues.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Once you start smoking with Snoop, I think
I wouldn't need to
think the
smoke
only
with Snoop.
person
I just have
who's-
to be in a room with him.
the only
Sure.
person who's outsmoked Snoop is Willie Nelson.
Yeah, which says a lot.
Yeah, that's a good head nod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's Willie. I mean, he's been doing a lot longer than any of us.
Oh
so,
God, yeah.
for sure. In fact, I don't even think he smokes anymore. I think
Oh yeah, he does.
Oh, I think he does edibles and things like that. I think that's. Where
Oh,
he's at now.
maybe.
Yeah, I don't think.
Moved
he
over to the
smokes.
healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
I am an edible guy myself.
There you go. There
I'll
you go.
vape once in a while.
Sure.
But don't get me wrong.
Speaking of
good.
Canadian, it's one thing we got over the U.S. is you could smoke cannabis legally here as long as you're the age of 19 or older.
And as long as you
It's
purchase
not
it.
one of those federal versus
Nope.
aerial, whatever aerial.
Yeah, and you-
Aerial.
I think I don't know the exact
Municipal
rules.
or-
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't. I couldn't speak truly, but my understanding is we actually can't be in that same challenging position as the states, because in Canada there is the federal government is the government.
Okay.
Yeah, and there are the
Well-
provincial policies, but it's like we can get really deep into this, like medical care. Used to be totally provincial in decision, but the federal government has slowly been taking that over. So
Better or worse.
yeah. It's one of the differences where in the states, a state can make a choice like, yes, make marijuana legal.
But then on a federal level, it's
They
not.
can still
I
make,
get you.
yeah. So
Right.
they have a little bit, there is a differency thing there. I couldn't
For
get
sure.
into too much detail, but I know.
You know what?
Yeah.
Back to Canadian films. We don't have enough Canadian stoner films. If there's any out there. Can you guys think of any?
No, I can't think of one.
Oh,
A
there's
Canadian stoner
No,
flick.
like the closest that I'm thinking, Strange Brew, but that's not even about weed or
It's
it
about
has
beer.
anything to do with weed. It's about beer.
Yeah.
Right.
It would be your Canadian Cheech and Chong,
It would
Yes.
be, yeah,
mind
sure.
you,
Yeah,
right?
it
Like,
is.
literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't.
That's a missed opportunity, I think.
Or
know.
nobody steal our idea.
Yeah, don't you dare.
We came up with it first. It's on the podcast.
Sorry, it's on the podcast. It's recorded. Oh, what were we going to say? I thought we had-
No, I have no idea.
Well,
Right
yeah,
on.
like
A
that's,
Canadian stoner movie. I think that was the
Okay.
idea.
Yeah,
that
I-
people
I-
weren't supposed to steal.
don't steal that idea.
I'm
Yes.
curious. I'm going to Google this now.
All right, you do that.
I'm almost curious what the result's going to be. Canadian stoner.
I can't think of any at all. That's anyways.
No.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Like as aspiring Canadian or filmmakers, if you will, writing for them, I've always tried to make my stuff not be Canadian-esque. Not that I don't want, like, I love Canada, I love my home, I love all that stuff, and I definitely want that a part of it. But I don't want to like shoehorn a hockey stick in a scene, or like just to do stuff like, oh, we got to do this because it's Canadian. No, there should be like a natural incline or sorry, natural need to bring Canadiana in it. And one thing I liked about the movies that we picked, that's kind of what that is. It's like
there's the essence.
Yeah, they exist in Canada and they're Canadian made or whatever, but it's not about Canada.
Yeah. It's not a Kaneki show, eh?
Exactly, eh? Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
Did you find one, eh?
No.
Nothing, eh?
Yeah, the opportunity is there.
Oh, take off, eh?
Could do like a Canadian
nice.
How High.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no,
off, eh?
there would be Trailer Park Boys.
Actually,
Yeah,
fair. Yeah.
yeah,
Lots of
I guess
marijuana, movies. Fair.
Guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
But that's about as close as I'd knuck it.
But when I think of like Pineapple Express and I think of How
Half
High,
Baked, How High, Friday.
Yeah,
At least
those
the
are
first
like
Friday movie.
I loved all the Friday movies.
The
But
first one I find is more about marijuana than the other.
yeah,
ones.
you're absolutely right about that. The other ones are about pursuit, if you will.
Yeah.
They're never really about marijuana anymore. It's just how to be high during the crazy hijinks.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't make them bad. It's just, but you're right. It's,
Yeah,
it would be cool to see that again. But whereas Trailer Park Boys is just, it is about that, but it's about
It's more about some trailer
yeah,
park boys.
it's about them like
But
trying to
they're
keep
always,
their shit
but
together.
they're always doing something with weed.
That's
There's
true.
Always
they are.
some sort of scheme
That's
with
true.
Ricky to
No.
sell weed or grow weed or
That's
have
true.
a driveway made of hash,
That's true. That was ridiculous.
have a weed store.
When that
I
thing
always
goes
just
up.
love the Manhattan guy.
Fun stuff.
Always.
Yeah. Well, maybe we need to fill that gap. Maybe we need to make a Canadian stoner film.
So,
It'd have to be like a road trip movie. They
Absolutely.
always seem to be road trip movie type things.
they probably wouldn't let us do a road trippy one.
Why not? Across Canada?
Yeah. No, well, so
Who's they?
it would have to be like on a rail or something. Put us on the Via rail.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Why? Because we're smoking?
Yeah, you can't be smoking and driving.
It's movie magic, man. We're not actually going to drive and smoke.
Yeah, I
okay.
think- Stick us on the Via.
Okay, we can do the Via.
I think that's what
Why
it's all
not?
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think there'll be a sponsor for our stoner, Canadian stoner film? Hey, Via Rail and other Canadian sponsors. You want to sponsor our yet to be made
Canadian stoner movie?
In fact, you know what? You don't even need to sponsor. All it is you need to get us the first class train
Yep.
out west and back
all-
here out east.
That's all we need.
And allow us to film in our style that we're planning for the entire
I
trip.
just came
Sure.
up with it.
What?
I just came up with it. It's a reboot. It's like Jay and Silent Bob reboot,
Mhm.
but it's Bob and Doug McKenzie reboot.
Okay.
So it's Bob and Doug McKenzie, and instead of beer,
There.
they're smoking weed.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. That'd be pretty
It's
cool.
about when it gets legalized in Canada.
Yeah. How are we gonna get Merck Moranis to act again, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's gonna be
We'd
really
have to
difficult.
put him in a Ryan Reynolds Mint mobile commercial.
Yeah, I guess we would have to. We'll just tell them that's what we're doing. We're
Yeah,
doing
it's just a
Ryan
really,
Reynolds with
really long one.
a really long one. This one involves heavy amounts of cannabis.
Yeah.
Yes, you do have to smoke it. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not movie weed.
No, it's not
No.
movie weed. Exactly. Yeah.
Be funny. He's like, yeah, dumbasses, I'll smoke it. And we're sitting there falling over. He's like, come on, guys. What are you doing?
Yeah, no, we're the pathetic ones. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. What a great holdover too. Sorry, he was in Ghostbusters as well. What an awesome,
course he
awesome
was.
addition to Ghostbusters was Rick
Mhm.
Moranis. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Way back.
Do we want to talk about any other Canadian film things?
I got all of my hits in.
Yeah, I'm out. I mean, we could sit here and
Yeah.
talk about Canadian actors in film or
Oh my God! All day, every day.
Canadian directors in film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll do that for another podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
So what have we even figured out though? What classifies a Canadian film then? Because I'm thinking, I say Canadian directors, and I'm like, well, James Cameron made Titanic,
It's true,
Mm-hmm.
but Titanic's definitely not a Canadian film.
right?
How do you say it?
So would it be like the people who worked on it, or
I would say
like at the end of the credits when you see like
Yeah, the little Canadian
the
symbol.
little Canadian symbol or like made in Quebec or
Yeah.
dude,
Ontario
every
or
movie
whatever.
has that now.
That's
Every
true. That's
single
true.
one. Have you ever noticed that when you watch the credits? You're like, that was made in Ontario.
Well,
That's in
usually
Quebec?
it's not
That's made
Ontario.
in-
Well, maybe
whatever,
I don't know because that would only leave more of an independent thing, and then
Yeah.
Universal does have
I look at it this way.
Universal Canada stuff like that.
We vote
so-
on it. Simple.
Yeah,
Us three.
us three, and ours is the only opinion that matters, really.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I would say. I think it should start with a Canadian film should probably start with a Canadian production company and the majority of it should be shot in Canada. Not all of it, but the majority of it should.
I
be
like
shot.
your production company idea though,
Yeah,
because I think that that's probably a good way of
'Cause
kind
there's
of.
a difference between production and distribution too.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think production's a good.
And then, I mean, actors you can take or leave, being Canadian or not. It would help if they were, but I think
Has to
production
be
staff,
at least 51% Canadian.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then there has to be certain elements.
If it's 50.5, doesn't count.
Agreed.
Feel like Quebec trying to leave.
What about
Exactly.
Pootie Tang?
I don't think you would count that as a Canadian film.
No.
But Pootie Tang.
Okay.
But Pootie Tang.
All right.
I love that
Pootie
this.
Tang gets
I
Pootie
love that
Tang
this
is so good
movie keeps
that he's-
coming up
I
in
know.
That he's
every
nationality.
discussion.
It's true. Pootie Tang is
Every discussion,
true.
somehow Pootie Tang comes up.
Damn right.
Oh, you'll see. Wait till we do the podcast on it.
You
watch
guys are
it.
getting some sort of kickback, aren't you?
We just want Pootie Tang to love us. That's all
Yeah.
we want. That's all we're looking for.
We want Pootie to do our PSAs.
Ew.
We want him to do our podcast.
Watch Sarcastic Distractions, sucker. As we sound like that.
No, he does
No,
not sound
No,
like
not
that.
at all.
No.
No. Well,
That was more like
I am not Pootie Tang.
Dolomite or something.
A little bit more like Dolomite.
You
Yeah.
gotta do the Canadian version of it.
Sure. So I would say that would probably be the first step into designating Canadian film. It's a Canadian production company got behind it.
Yeah.
And then I would say the second thing, yeah, I'd like to see 51% actors.
It's funny that we describe it that
Canadian.
way because that takes out our Scott Pilgrim. Then
No, it doesn't.
I don't think that was Canadian.
Universal Canada.
But is that just
Because
distribution?
it said Canada.
Is that just distribution or
Yeah,
No,
who
I
produced?
honestly don't know.
it was definitely produced by Canadians.
Yeah,
It
I
was definitely
honestly
shot
don't know.
and Produced by Canada.
I honestly
so
don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Shot
though.
in Canada doesn't count then?
If it's shot in Canada and it's Canada, I think that's good.
That-
but if it's just
Okay.
a shot in Canada,
Gotcha.
Yeah, I wouldn't call Boondock Saints 2
So
a
half-baked.
Canadian film because it was shot in Hamilton.
Half baked doesn't count then.
No, I don't. Unfortunately, not because I was filmed in Toronto. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, it wouldn't count
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, it's crazy seeing that when you see I've been to that
That corner where
that
Pizza
corner?
Pizza
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
the
that-
pizza corner where the
for
horse
sure.
dies.
and
Yeah.
him and I have been in that Sam the Wrecker Man.
Oh, yeah.
whatever. Oh, it's a great time. Or
Oh,
in
that
Ann
was still
Arbor.
around?
Yeah, but yeah, it's good times.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so I wouldn't count that. I
No.
mean, lots of films are shot here because it's cheaper.
Right.
That's why they do it.
Well, yeah, because we basically let them do it for free. As
That's
long as
true.
they're paying people to do the work,
Right.
everything else, have fun.
Go ahead. Exactly. Yeah. So I wouldn't count that, but I think there's got to be a criteria. We should get our audience, our tons of fans out there, to let us know.
Do they
Yeah.
disagree with any of our selections or
Yeah.
discussions about
Do you
Canadian
have more?
films?
Do you have more Canadian movie films that we should have discussed and talked about?
Do you have a criteria we could follow on what should be classified as a Canadian film? It'd be great to know if you can help us.
I don't know how to respond to this.
I don't either.
On that note,
On that That's strange.
AJ's just like, what
Ah.
is wrong with these two fellas?
Oh, man.
I'm the one who smoked before we
That's
came.
true. That's true. You're the one. You're the one. That's right. Yeah. Only that's the problem because we didn't.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Exactly.
There you go. For sure. But in all seriousness, if you're out there, thanks so much for paying attention to us and watching our stuff and being a part of our podcast. Yeah. What great examples of Canadian movies do you
Who
have?
did we miss?
Yeah. What did we miss?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments. Do you think there are some films out there that are criminally underrated, are overrated? And I can't think of any Canadian films that are overrated, but I digress. Maybe they are out there. Let us know. We want you to be a part of our conversation. We want you to talk with us about Canadian films and beyond.
Mhm.
And also let us know what you like about the show, Sarcastic Distractions, and what you might like to see in the future.
Talk to us about your favorite flavor of corn nut. That would be fun too.
I
I'm
take
not a
that.
corn nut guy.
No.
Hey, corn nuts are great.
Like,
What about candy corn?
no.
Okay, good. I'll say that would be another
That would be
tick
like-
on the we're gonna
We're gonna
replace
get
you.
another Dave.
boss.
We're gonna get another Dave in here soon. No candy corn, especially this month.
Yeah.
Where's the
No.
candy cornless Dave?
Yeah.
Bring him in here.
Get him out of here, yeah.
But no, you're good. You're safe.
Like,
You're
woo!
fine, yeah.
All
Redeemed.
right.
But for you out there, please just keep the conversation going with us because we just want to do that. For all quick side note for anybody out there that are feeling mentally unwell, we just want to let you know that you matter, not just to us, but to those around you, and knowing how important mental health and understanding what that is is today. Please do what you can to talk to somebody about what you got going on because it's important. If you can't talk to us, you can't talk to people that are around you. We will put links up in our description or in our show description so you can find help for yourself. But until next time, I've been Harvey.
Dave Shergold.
Get out of here, you hosers.
Oh.
I'm AJ.
Oh,
Take
take
off.
off, eh?
Take off, eh?
Just
Have a
like
great one.
that, you've been sarcastically distracted, huh? Yeah, have a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Peace.
Bye, eh?
Take care. Hey, yeah. A boot.